Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Welcome to everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about a lady named Loretta Jones. The headlines are She Fought for Better Health Care in LA's Inner City. She dies at 77. I kind of paraphrase the headlines. I will leave the link in the description area. Loretta Jones, for 2 years, weekend mornings for Loretta Jones, she would begin with a drive from her Wilshire district home to Crenshaw to pick up a woman who needed to go to Hawthorne for methadone treatment. The woman had shown up homeless and was on heroin outside the Office of Healthy African American Families, the nonprofit Jones founded in 1992 to advocate for healthcare equity. She just needed someone to reach out, said Jones' daughter, Felica Jones. That's exactly what she got. Loretta Jones got the woman treatment and an apartment. She lived a good life in her own apartment until she passed away, Felica Jones said. That was typical of Loretta Jones, her daughter said. My mother has always opened her door to every person that needed love and care and guidance. A prolific foster care mom whose 1979 move from Massachusetts to Los Angeles led to a collaboration with UCLA researchers that helped bridge the gap between community care and academia. Jones died November 22nd from esophageal cancer. Since 2011, Jones served as an associate director of UCLA Clinical and Translational Science Institute. She was co-author of more than 80 peer-reviewed articles. Jones is most noted for her 2009 collaboration with UCLA professor Kenneth Wells, pioneering a model for what is called community-partnered participatory research. Loretta Jones says everyone deserves the right to live. Everyone deserves good health care, and we are all responsible for making it happen, the article quoted her as saying. She's a native of Tewksbury, Massachusetts. Jones spent 10 years in foster care as a child and became a foster parent of more than 20 kids. Because of her own experience, she always wanted to make sure children had a home and were loved, Felica Jones said. We had a 7-bedroom house and every room was full. After the move to Los Angeles, Loretta Jones lavished Christmas gifts, Easter outfits, and baby cribs on anyone in need who came to her attention, her daughter said. Jones received her Bachelor of Arts in Psychology in 1963 and a Master's in Criminal Justice in 1972, both from Northeastern University in Boston. She was also awarded 2 honorary doctorates, including one from Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science. Jones had been a community faculty member at the historically Black University in Willowbrook since 2010. Dr. Jones was a mother, mentor, and miracle for many, it said. Her commitment to social justice, community activation, and true equity made her a well-respected gatekeeper in South Los Angeles and beyond. Her impact can be felt across the country and the world. Besides her daughter, Felica Jones, she is survived by 3 grandchildren. Now, I skipped around on the article. I'll put it in the link so you can read it. I'll put it in the description area. But I just wanted to pay homage to Miss Jones because she just lived her life, and that's Miss Loretta Jones. She lived her life trying to make it better for other people. Being a foster child herself, she wanted to give back, so she became a foster parent. Now, I know of people that were foster parents, and I was a foster parent for a while. That's a lot of work. And you have that young child to nurture and to, you want to make a difference in a young person's life. You want to make sure that they become a productive person in society, and you want to end any of the generational curses that may be in their lives. I mean, from the background that many of them come from, you want to erase that from their life so they won't continue that. They won't continue that. Whatever dysfunction that's in that family, you want to give to that child, so that would be the end of it, and they would become better than what their parents were. Or sometimes the parents, both of them could be deceased and there's no family members. There's a lot of reason why children are in foster care, but I love that Miss Loretta Jones took from her childhood and tried to make someone else's future better. She wanted to make a woman's life better, a woman that was homeless and on heroin, and she wanted to make her life better, and that's what she did. She got the woman treatment and an apartment. So, I mean, I'm not saying anything's wrong with just giving someone $1 on the street or what have you. Nothing's wrong with that. But to actually take it a step further from someone she knew was not conning and was going to go buy some alcohol with that, with accumulated dollars or what have you, but to actually keep that woman under her wing and help her get treatment and some place to live. So she didn't give her a fish. She taught her how to fish, taught her how to use her resources to better her life, and not just to solve make a temporary solution for a long-term problem. Now, a lot of us can look back, and maybe not that far back in the past, but we can look back at that person or persons that had an impact on the community or impact on our lives. Someone who wanted to give young people an avenue that they can explore and escape from maybe the realities of whatever dysfunctional home they came from. Without any tricky business, without grooming them for something, messy. I do remember certain people in the neighborhood that would try to put activities together for the youth. I do remember a next door neighbor, which I lost touch with, and I don't know whether she's living or not. She would probably be in her 90s by now, her 80s or 90s by now, but she was a next door neighbor, and she had 3 girls, and I wish I knew where they were. Hoppy was, I don't know her real name because we just called her Hoppy. And then Shirley and Gloria. I think Hoppy's name was Linda. But anyway, they were very close to us, and I claimed their mom as my godmother. She always took time with me and always took an interest in me. See, I come from a large family, and my mother would work off and on, whenever she wanted to. When she wasn't required to work, so it was whenever she wanted. So, the next door neighbor, last name was Hall, would take me under her thumb. I would go over her house. She always had some goodies for me, and she just showed an interest in me while, my parents were not there. They were working. And she just showed me so much kindness and wanted me and encouraged me to do better, to get an education, to be uh, 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 just have. And she gave me an interest of a better life, to not live a mediocre life, along with, along with my parents who wanted the best for me, but she was an extended part, in my opinion, of the family. And if Hoppy and Shirley and Gloria hear this, hopefully they will get in touch with me, because I miss those guys. Now, this was back east. This was in Chicago. So, this platform, has the potential of going around the world. So I wish they would contact me, or if someone knows of them just by the names, of the siblings, to tell them to get in touch with me. But God, those were just some of the formative years, and those were the years that made a difference in my life. So we all have someone that, if they did not work in the community as a whole, they tried to mentor one person. And there's nothing wrong with mentoring one person at a time. See, when I was a foster parent, I didn't want a bunch of kids. My children, were up there, and so I didn't have any babies. So I thought getting teenagers, because it's harder to get a teenager. Everybody wants the little kids. Everybody wants the babies. So it's harder to get a teenagers. So I wanted to just make a difference, in one person at a time's life. But anyway, getting back to Loretta Jones, like I said, I just want to pay homage to a lady that did so much. So I will leave the link in the comment section. Read it all so you can just see how much this lady did, all her accomplishments. And I'll leave you with that. And thank you for joining me. If you have not subscribed, do so now and click the notification bell. And I wish all of you a good night.